Did you know there's a specific spot on your body that, if not cleaned properly, can cause an unpleasant odor as you age? It's something most people don't talk about, but today we're going to change that. As we get older, our bodies go through changes, and sometimes those changes affect how we smell. It's not something to be embarrassed about, it's just part of aging. But if you understand the cause, you can take simple steps to fix it. Let me introduce you to Betty. She's in her 70s, still active, enjoys walks and loves spending time with her grandkids. But lately, Betty noticed something strange. No matter how often she showers or what soap she uses, there's a persistent smell she just can't get rid of. She's confused, even frustrated. After all, she's been so careful with her hygiene her entire life. So what's going on? The truth is, as we age, our bodies can produce more sweat and oil, and certain areas become harder to keep clean, leading to odors that just don't seem to go away. And that's exactly what Betty was experiencing. There are spots on the body that, if neglected, can trap bacteria and cause unpleasant smells. It's a common issue for many seniors, but it's also easy to tackle. Today, we're going to talk about those overlooked areas and how to target them with simple, effective hygiene habits. Once you know what to focus on, you'll be amazed at how much of a difference these small changes can make. Stick with us and let's solve this together. Number 1. The hidden culprit. Why body odor changes with age. As we get older, our bodies go through many changes. Some of these changes are easy to notice, like wrinkles or gray hair, but others are a bit more subtle, like changes in body odor. You may have noticed that your skin feels different as you age, maybe a little thinner or less elastic. This is completely natural, but it also affects how your body produces sweat. Our sweat glands, which are responsible for helping us cool down, don't work as efficiently as they did when we were younger. This can cause a buildup of sweat and bacteria on the skin, and over time, it can lead to odor. Now, this isn't something that happens overnight, and it's often not something we think about until it becomes an issue. Take, for example, someone in their 60s or 70s. They might not realize that their body is changing, and that's okay. Maybe they've always been active, but lately, they've started noticing that their body smells differently after a day's work, or even just during regular activities. They might feel embarrassed, not fully understanding why this is happening. It's not about poor hygiene or being lazy. It's simply because the body's chemistry changes with age, and without realizing it, they may need to adjust their routine to manage those changes. In fact, studies show that certain areas of our bodies are more prone to accumulating odor as we age. For example, places like the armpits, feet, and groin are all hotspots where sweat and bacteria love to linger. As the skin thins and sweat glands become less active, sweat doesn't evaporate as quickly, creating the perfect environment for bacteria to grow. And when bacteria break down sweat, that's when we start to notice an odor. It's important to know that these changes are a normal part of aging, but there are things we can do to manage them. Regularly washing and moisturizing the skin, wearing breathable fabrics, and even adjusting our diet can all help to reduce body odor. It's also a good idea to use antiperspirants or deodorants that suit your body's changing needs. The key here is not to feel discouraged, but to understand the natural changes happening in your body and take small steps to stay comfortable and confident. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many people experience similar changes as they age, and there are plenty of ways to stay fresh and clean. By understanding what's happening inside our bodies, we can make simple adjustments to improve our comfort and health. So the next time you notice a change in body odor, don't be alarmed. Just know that it's a normal part of aging, and there are easy ways to manage it. Number 2, the one spot you're probably forgetting to clean. The armpits. Most people know to wash their armpits, but there's one spot that often gets overlooked: the folds of the skin. If you're someone who has limited mobility, like a senior with arthritis, reaching those folds can be tough. And that's where the problem lies. When you don't clean thoroughly, sweat, oils, and dead skin cells can build up in the folds of your underarms, creating a perfect environment for odor-causing bacteria. Let's consider an example. Take someone like Grace. She's in her late 70s and lives with arthritis, so lifting her arms to scrub those hard-to-reach places can be difficult. Even though she showers every day, she's noticed that after a few hours, she begins to feel uncomfortable and aware of a persistent odor. What's happening is that even though Grace is washing her armpits, she's not able to reach deeply enough into the folds of her skin, where bacteria and sweat gather. This leads to the unpleasant odor that she can't quite shake off. The issue is more common than you might think, especially for seniors with limited mobility, those who rely on caregivers, or people who have difficulty raising their arms. If the folds of skin aren't properly cleaned, bacteria thrive, and that's where body odor comes from. It can be frustrating and even embarrassing for someone who is trying their best to stay clean, but just can't reach every spot. But don't worry. There's a solution. First, you'll want to make sure you're using a gentle, antibacterial soap. This helps to fight off the bacteria that cause odor. Take a washcloth or gentle scrub and be sure to clean thoroughly, not just the surface of your skin, but also the folds where sweat and oils hide. A good tip is to gently massage the soap into the folds and around the edges of the underarm. If you can, try to lift your arm slightly to get deeper into those folds. If that's difficult, consider using a long-handled sponge or a special tool designed for cleaning hard-to-reach spots. It's important to take your time and ensure that you're getting all the way into the folds. Even though it may take a bit of extra effort, a thorough cleaning can make a big difference, not just in keeping odors at bay, but in feeling fresher and more comfortable throughout the day. For caregivers, this is a key part of helping the person you care for maintain their hygiene. It's easy to forget about the armpits, especially if someone is relying on you to help with bathing. But giving extra attention to this area can help prevent skin irritation, odors, and other hygiene-related issues. So next time you're in the shower, take a few extra seconds to make sure you're cleaning all the folds of your armpits. It might seem small, but it can have a big impact on how fresh and comfortable you feel. Remember, it's all about paying attention to the details, and keeping your underarms clean is one of those little things that can really make a difference. Number 3, the neck and behind the ears. Often missed hotspots. When we think about keeping our bodies clean, we usually focus on the obvious spots like our face, arms, and underarms. But there are a couple of places that often get overlooked, especially as we age, like the neck and behind the ears. These areas are often forgotten, and for seniors with longer hair or those who wear clothing that covers the neck, they might be completely missed during their usual cleaning routine. The thing is, these spots can gather sweat and oil throughout the day, making them prime locations for odor buildup if not cleaned properly. Let me share a story to help you understand. Meet Tom, a guy who leads a pretty sedentary lifestyle. He spends a lot of time sitting at his desk, working from home, and doesn't realize that the sweat and oil from his neck and behind his ears are causing a lingering smell. He always showers, of course, but he never thought to pay extra attention to those areas. So over time, a subtle but noticeable odor started to build up, especially if he was out in the heat for a while. He didn't know where it was coming from. It wasn't until his wife, noticing the scent, pointed out that it might be coming from the neck and the area behind his ears. It's a simple thing, but it made a big difference once he started taking more care in these spots. So how can we avoid this? It's actually very easy. During your daily shower, make sure to wash your neck and behind your ears thoroughly. These areas can have little creases and folds where sweat tends to accumulate, so be sure to pay attention to those spots. A quick rinse might not be enough. You want to take a bit of extra time and gently scrub these places with a soft washcloth, or you can even use a cotton pad to wipe them down. It doesn't need to be harsh, just a gentle touch to get rid of any buildup. And here's a bonus tip. Occasionally use an exfoliating wash to remove dead skin cells. This helps keep your skin fresh and can reduce odor too. You don't need to exfoliate every day, but doing it once or twice a week can really help keep things clean and smelling good. By adding this simple routine to your showers, you'll make sure those overlooked areas are taken care of, and you can feel more confident about your personal hygiene. Remember, it's the little things that make a big difference. Taking a moment to wash your neck and behind your ears could be the key to keeping you feeling fresh and clean throughout the day. Number 4. The feet. Why they smell more as we age. As we age, our feet can become a bit more of a challenge to take care of. One of the most common and sometimes embarrassing issues that many seniors deal with is foot odor. It's not something people always talk about, but it can become a real problem as we get older. So, why exactly do our feet start to smell more as we age? The main culprit is poor circulation. As we get older, our circulation naturally slows down. This means blood doesn't flow as freely to our feet, and that can affect how our feet feel and function. Poor circulation can lead to feet sweating more than usual. On top of that, changes in our skin and sweat glands over time can cause an increase in perspiration. That sweat, combined with dead skin cells, provides the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive, leading to that unpleasant foot odor. Let me share a real-life example that many of us can relate to. Mary, a lovely woman in her 70s, was always very careful about keeping her feet clean. She'd change her socks regularly and use foot powder, but no matter what she did, she couldn't seem to get rid of the smell. It made her feel so embarrassed, especially when she had to take her shoes off around friends or family. She thought it was just part of aging, but with a little extra care, she was able to make a big difference. The good news is that there are simple steps you can take to keep your feet fresh and reduce that odor. Start by making sure you wash your feet every day with soap and water. Pay special attention to the areas between your toes, since sweat and dirt can get trapped there. After washing, make sure to dry your feet thoroughly. This is crucial because moisture left on your feet can lead to bacteria growth, which makes the odor worse. For an extra step, try using a pumice stone or foot scrub to remove any dead skin that can build up. This will help keep your feet smooth and also reduce the chance of bacteria clinging to those skin cells. Once you've cleaned and scrubbed, drying your feet completely is just as important. Don't rush through this step. If you want an extra boost, consider soaking your feet in warm water with Epsom salts. The salts can help soothe your feet while also helping to cleanse and refresh them. A foot soak is a nice way to pamper your feet while keeping them odor-free. Prevention is just as important as cleanliness. Try changing your socks more often throughout the day, especially if you're on your feet a lot. Opt for socks made from natural fibers like cotton, which can help your feet breathe better. If you find you're still dealing with foot odor, using foot powder can be an easy fix. It can absorb excess moisture and help keep your feet dry and fresh. With a little extra attention and care, you can say goodbye to foot odor and feel confident and comfortable again. Remember, it's all about keeping your feet clean, dry, and well cared for. With these simple steps, you'll be on your way to fresher, happier feet. Number 5. The groin area. A hotspot for body odor, the groin area, is often an overlooked part of personal hygiene, but it can be a real hotspot for body odor. Sweat, bacteria, and moisture buildup can lead to an unpleasant smell that can stick around all day. This is especially true for seniors, who may experience more sweat due to changes in their bodies or medications. The groin area, with its folds of skin, is where sweat can easily accumulate. And when sweat mixes with bacteria, it creates an odor that can linger and be difficult to get rid of. It's something that can make anyone feel self-conscious or embarrassed, but it's entirely manageable with the right attention and care. Let me introduce you to Mary. She's in her late 60s, and recently she started noticing a smell coming from her groin area. At first, she wasn't sure what was causing it. She assumed it was just part of aging. But after a few weeks, she realized the smell wasn't going away, even after her daily showers. Mary had been washing her body, but hadn't been giving the groin area the special attention it needed. The folds of her skin in that area were trapping moisture, which made it easier for bacteria to thrive. And that led to the persistent odor. Mary felt embarrassed when it happened. She didn't want to talk about it with anyone, and she wasn't sure how to address it. But the truth is, she wasn't alone. Many seniors face this same issue. It's something that can be easily overlooked, but once it's noticed, it can make a big difference to take care of it properly. To address this, let's start with the basics of cleaning the groin area correctly. When showering, it's important to be gentle, especially with the sensitive skin in that area. Use a mild soap, preferably one that's free from harsh chemicals, and gently clean the folds of skin around your groin and inner thighs. Don't scrub too hard, just wipe gently with a washcloth or your hands. And one of the most important steps: make sure you dry thoroughly afterward. Moisture left behind can lead to bacteria growth, which is what causes odor. Pat the area dry with a soft towel, making sure it's completely dry before putting on any clothes. In addition to washing, there are a couple of extra steps you can take to keep things fresh. After drying off, consider using a light powder in the groin area. Something like a baby powder or a talc-free option can help absorb any remaining moisture. Another great tip is to wear moisture-wicking undergarments. These types of fabrics pull moisture away from the skin, helping to keep the groin area dry and fresh all day long. So if you're like Mary, feeling a little self-conscious about this, know that it's completely normal and you're not alone. With a few simple changes to your hygiene routine, you can manage odor and keep yourself feeling fresh. Just remember to wash gently, dry thoroughly, and add in a little extra help with powders or moisture-wicking clothes. It's all about keeping that area dry and clean to prevent the buildup of bacteria and sweat. Number 6. How to keep odor at bay all day long. Daily hygiene tips. Maintaining a fresh, clean scent throughout the day might seem like a small thing, but it can make a big difference in how you feel. For seniors, keeping body odor at bay can be a simple, yet important part of feeling comfortable and confident. The good news is, it doesn't take a lot to keep things fresh. With just a few daily habits, you can feel clean and odor-free all day long. A regular shower, the right products, and a few small habits can go a long way in helping you feel your best. First things first, a solid daily routine is key. Start your morning with a gentle, full-body wash in the shower. Make sure you're cleaning all the areas that often get overlooked, like your armpits, behind your ears, and your feet. These areas are prone to sweat and bacteria buildup, which can lead to odor. So, it's important to give them a little extra attention. Using a mild, non-irritating soap or body wash will help clean without drying out your skin. After the shower, make sure to dry off completely. Moisture left on your skin can create a perfect environment for bacteria to grow, which can lead to odors. So take your time drying off, especially in areas like the folds of your skin, under your arms, and around your feet. Once you're dry, it's time to apply deodorant or powder. A gentle deodorant that suits your skin will help keep odors at bay, while powder can help absorb any moisture, keeping you feeling dry and fresh. You don't have to go overboard, just a light touch will do. When using deodorant, focus on the underarms, but don't forget areas like behind your ears and even your feet if needed. Now a little bonus tip to consider: wear loose, breathable clothing. Clothes that are tight or made from non-breathable fabrics can trap sweat and bacteria, making it easier for odors to form. Loose clothing made from natural fabrics like cotton will let your skin breathe, helping to keep sweat and odors at bay. Plus, it's just more comfortable. Remember, by adopting these simple steps, you can prevent unpleasant odors and feel confident all day long. A regular shower, drying off properly, and using deodorant or powder can really make a huge difference. Small changes like wearing breathable clothing can also help keep you fresh. It's all about developing a routine that works for you and sticking with it. So take action today, and you'll notice the difference in how fresh and comfortable you feel. Taking care of our hygiene is a small step that can make a big difference in how we feel day to day. As we've talked about today, cleaning areas like the armpits, neck, feet, and groin thoroughly is essential. Using the right products can make it easier, and having a good routine will help you stay fresh and confident. Remember, it's never too late to start paying attention to these simple hygiene steps. You deserve to feel confident and fresh every single day, no matter your age. These small changes can truly improve your daily life and make a world of difference in how you feel about yourself. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tips on senior health, and share it with someone who might benefit from these simple hygiene hacks. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one area you found makes a huge difference in staying odor-free? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your tips.